Are you considering a tropical beachside vacation in Queensland? Well, today I'm here to compare Cairns versus the Gold Coast and helping you choose which destination is better for you to visit. As a local to Queensland and visiting both of them countless times over the years, I understand it can be a tough choice. Each has so many different attractions that you don't want to miss, and some are very specific to the area. But I hope by the end of this video you can make the right choice for you. So let's dive into it. Ultimately, for me, deciding between Cairns and the Gold Coast depends on a lot of factors. But the major things you should consider are your travel goals, what you want to see, how much time you have, and of course, your budget. Simply put, Cairns is worth it if you'd like to see the Great Barrier Reef, along with enjoying some diving and snorkeling experiences and other exciting activities for tourists. Apart from that, Cairns is close to the Daintree rainforest and the UNESCO wet tropics of Queensland, which provides hiking, wildlife spotting and swimming in lots of impressive waterfalls. The Gold Coast is your spot if you're planning for adventurous activities or relaxing getaways with views. Obviously, wanting to spend it at pristine beaches, participate in water sports and explore the many theme parks. It also gives an urban vibe with its many shopping and dining options. All in all, both destinations offer fun and unique experiences and attractions that cater to different interests and preferences. But I like visiting both for different reasons and will choose between them for a specific activity I want to do. The location of Cairns and the Gold Coast is one of the biggest differences. Cairns is in the northern area of the state, tropical North Queensland, and the Gold Coast is in the most southern point below the capital of Brisbane. Essentially just less than 2,000 kilometres, a 2-hour flight or 20 hours drive time between them. In fact, travelling between them is one of my favourite road trips in Australia, and I'll link a video on that on the description for my favourite stops. That's if you have more time to explore. So what about the population and size? As of 2024, the total population of the city of Cairns is 163,000, which ranges from an area of 1,600 square kilometres. On the other hand, the Gold Coast has an entire population that's around 743,000. Obviously, this makes the Gold Coast more populated per square kilometre. When I drive around either, I certainly feel a lot less built up in Cairns as opposed to the Gold Coast, especially seeing all the high-rise buildings lining the shores. But that doesn't mean you can't see the crowds in Cairns either, and I think the Great Barrier Reef boat tours are a perfect example of that. I've visited Cairns at least 10 times over the past 15 years, and I'd like to think during that time I've had a varied experience to base on my selection. Starting with the pros in Cairns, it has an exciting dining and after-hours scene with many restaurants, bars and clubs. This includes choices for casual and cheaper takeaways or foods from around the world. This city is a hub for thrilling outdoor activities such as diving, snorkeling, semi-submarines, helicopter flights, canyoneering and skydiving. Besides the Great Barrier Reef, it's close to the Daintree rainforest, which gives visitors a chance to hike, spot wildlife and explore ancient ecosystems. Cairns offers the opportunity to learn and participate in Aboriginal culture and heritage through tours, art galleries and performances. As for the cons in Cairns, due to its northern location, it's pretty much summer all year round, and you might experience scorching and humid weather. In particular, monsoonal rains and cyclones occur between December and March. While Cairns has some beaches with crocodiles and stingers, there are some concerns and limitations to swimming. During peak season, Cairns can be crowded with tourists, especially around popular attractions like the Great Barrier Reef. This includes the 300-odd people packed into larger vessels on tours. On the other hand, as a local resident to Brisbane and southeast Queensland for the last 30 years, I've spent countless days in and around the Gold Coast area. My pros start with the Gold Coast boasts some of Australia's most beautiful beaches, which are ideal for activities like sunbaking, swimming, surfing and other beach sports. It offers plenty of theme park choices from family-friendly entertainment like SeaWorld, Movie World, Dream World, and my favourite water parks like Wet n Wild and White Water World. There is an ample variety of places to stay, including luxury resorts, beachfront apartments, and budget-friendly hotels. I always look out for specials and grab fantastic deals on high-ticket places. The city is a shopper's paradise with plenty of malls, boutiques, and markets offering everything from high-end fashion to local arts and crafts. As for the cons, the Gold Coast is a popular tourist destination, so it can get really crowded, especially during weekends, school holidays, and peak seasons. The cost of accommodation, dining, and entertainment in the Gold Coast can be higher than other destinations like Cairns. While the Gold Coast offers beautiful beaches and natural attractions, it is also a heavily developed city. This may not appeal to some travellers who are seeking a more secluded or natural environment. Depending on how many days you have, I find there are plenty of options to choose from without needing a car. With that said, you do open plenty more activities in each when you do have the option. If you're anything like me, I like the freedom to visit a spot when I want and allow me the time I need there. After experiencing both cities, I find there's less of a need for a car hire on the Gold Coast, especially if you're basing yourself and doing activities along the coastal areas. But if you're staying in either city for an extended time, 1 week or more, then hiring a car may be some advantage to you. In general, I find visiting the Gold Coast tends to be pricier compared to Cairns. Its luxury resorts, high-end dining venues, and top-notch attractions contribute to its higher overall cost of visiting. While Cairns also has luxury resorts and high-end restaurants, it also offers a range of more affordable accommodations, dining choices, and activities, particularly those who are on a budget like backpackers. In fact, you can explore many more attractions near Cairns like the Mossman Gorge and the Atherton Tablelands at affordable rates or even for free. But it's important to remember that your expenses don't only come from your choice of destination, it's also a result of your spending habits, the things you do, and your preferences. As for public transport, you can get around Cairns using the public bus service called Sunbus. You can buy single, daily, or weekly passes depending on what you need. Just wait at a bus stop or flag down a bus anywhere along its route. Apart from that, there are Ubers, taxis, and always the organised tours with hotel pickup or somewhere close by. This is where I tend to find accommodation near what I want to do and limit transportation issues. If you're on the Gold Coast, you'll find a lot more public transportation options available. These include trains, buses, and trams, which are convenient ways to get you around the city and its surrounding areas. These all run under the Queensland Rail or Translink system and use a go card for tapping the services on and off. But I'll link a video in the description below to help you navigate that. In recent years, a smart ticketing system has been introduced allowing payments with contactless credit and debit cards. While this isn't available at all stops, you'll find it in most of the tourist locations on the Gold Coast, Brisbane, and the Sunshine Coast. As for the closest airport, you're lucky that both Cairns and the Gold Coast have international gateway airports. These will make your trip accessible or hassle-free domestically or from overseas. Cairns Airport is the primary airport and is located about 7 kilometres north of the city centre. It's rated 7th of the busiest airports in Australia, handling both domestic and international flights. On the Gold Coast, it has the Coolangatta Airport about 30 kilometres from Surfers Paradise. It's located in the southern end of the Gold Coast near the border between Queensland and New South Wales. It also handles domestic and international flights, but is busier than the one in Cairns. Flight options for the Gold Coast don't stop there, as I've seen plenty of people using the Brisbane Airport to transfer south with car hire or using the public transport. It's only 1 hour away, and I find it offers plenty more cost-effective domestic and international options. As for the beaches, while the Cairns region offers stunning coastal landscapes, the beach directly from town is not one for swimming or enjoying. Unfortunately, it's more of a muddy mangrove area and not likely to be used because of the presence of crocodiles and jellyfish. Despite that, Cairns has plenty of alternative options. This includes the free man-made beach lagoon or taking day trips to places like Green Island or Fitzroy Island, or driving further north to Ellis Beach or Palm Cove. On the other hand, the Gold Coast is famous for its 50-kilometre stretch of sand along all the suburbs between Surfers Paradise, Burleigh Heads, Miami, Tallabudra and Currumbin. You're definitely going to find some space on your own somewhere. And since the Gold Coast is located in southern Queensland, there are less likely to be stingers or jellyfish and highly unlikely to be crocodiles. Plenty of people live on the Goldie for this reason, and you'll see many in the water every day of the year. When it comes to weather, Cairns has a tropical climate characterised by hot and humid weather all year round and has two distinct seasons. The dry season, which spans from April to October, offering sun-filled days ideal for exploring the tropical landscape. This is generally when I like to travel there. Alternatively, the wet season, lasting from November to March, brings tropical monsoons and the risk of tropical cyclones. This season is characterised by its heavy rainfall. Yet, despite the rainfall, Cairns boasts a climate that typically allows for swimming nearly all year round, with residents and visitors enjoying the consistency. The Gold Coast enjoys a subtropical climate blessed with around 300 days of sunshine each year, making it a perfect destination for those seeking warmth and clear skies. The warmer summer months are from December to February, presenting average temperatures ranging from a comfortable 21 degrees to 28 degrees. This is great for water activities, but don't forget to slap on that sunscreen. The winter season from June to August on the Gold Coast is generally sunny and dry, and one of my favourite times of year to visit. This brings a cooler average temperature ranging from 12 to 21 degrees Celsius, plus clear skies and low humidity result in comfortable nights. If the Great Barrier Reef is your ultimate objective for your vacation, then Cairns would hands down be your better option. While both Cairns and the Gold Coast are located in Queensland, unfortunately the Great Barrier Reef ends around Bundaberg, which is about 5 hours north of the Gold Coast. With that said, the Gold Coast is a few hundred kilometres away from the southern tip of the Great Barrier Reef, and luckily a small light aircraft leaves from the Coolangatta Airport and travels to Lady Elliot Island, and is a highlighted spot for turtles, manta rays and other magnificent creatures. So how many days do you need there? Well, to fully explore the Great Barrier Reef and enjoy snorkeling and diving experiences, plan to spend at least 2 to 3 days in Cairns. Additionally, if you want to explore the Daintree Rainforest and visit Kuranda Village, consider adding another 1 to 2 days. Overall, I think a 5 to 7 day Cairns itinerary will allow you to experience the main attractions in Cairns, plus venturing outside of town with a few other places of interest, and I'll link a blog with my suggestions below. On the other hand, a 5-day Gold Coast itinerary would be ideal to enjoy the beaches, theme parks and other amazing attractions. However, if you want to base yourself around the main tourist hub, then you could probably do Surfers Paradise in 3 days. Once again, I'll link both those itineraries below. If you plan to visit 4 or more theme parks on a family fun vacation, you could consider a week or 2. This includes getting in some chill days by the beach and taking advantage of some of the free activities. Looking into safety, well, generally Cairns is a safe place to visit and I've never had any issues there over the years. However, there have been some incidents of youth crime and theft. While it's unlikely to see any of this as a tourist, I would be extra vigilant in the evenings or if you're walking around solo. Alternatively, I've never had any problems on the Gold Coast area either, but as a local to southeast Queensland, I do hear a lot more incidents. This is because the Surfers Paradise nightly scene is often full of intoxicated youth, bar hopping or wandering the streets. I'm not in my 20s anymore, so this doesn't interest me that much. Therefore, I'll never visit around Schoolies Week, which is towards the end of November, and I'll generally be back in my hotel room by 9 or 10 p.m. Both Cairns and the Gold Coast can occasionally experience heavy traffic, especially during peak tourist seasons and rush hours. I've often been stuck in Cairns traffic with regular workdays and locals trying to make their way home. Plus, there are fewer options for streets to deter around and you can get stuck at lights for longer periods of time. Gold Coast, on the other hand, has a central traffic flow, and while there are still plenty of cars around, the highway flows better. I also find there are a lot more options to divert if you know where you're going or have a GPS. With that said, there can be more accidents and delays surrounding them, plus a lot less parking. This means I'll try to use the public transport when possible. So should you be concerned about stingers or jellyfish? Well, as I've mentioned before, tropical North Queensland area is on high alert for stingers and jellyfish in the summer season. This is generally from November to May, but more significant risk from December to March. There are certain preventative measures in place, which include wearing a lycra stinger suit, never swimming alone, never swimming at night, and always swimming in a lifeguarded area. On the Gold Coast, I've never experienced any issues with deadly stingers, but there are definitely jellyfish around in the waters. While the likelihood of them affecting your day is limited, you need to be mindful that they are around. So what about crocodiles? Well, as a whole, the dangerous saltwater crocodiles prefer the warm temperatures of North Queensland and hang out in the calm freshwater streams. This means they're more likely to be located in Cairns rather than on the Gold Coast. However, crocodiles will use the ocean to move from one river system to another and will often bask on beaches to rest or warm up during the day. Alternatively, I've been swimming for more than 20 years on the Gold Coast beaches, but I've never seen a crocodile, so I can say that it's generally safe. But that's not to say it can't happen, so if you're new to the area, you should always ask a lifeguard for any inherent risk before entering the water. In the end, I honestly believe that both Cairns and the Gold Coast can be a fantastic holiday. So after watching this video and you've picked the best destination for your holiday, please click either video here for the best things to do in Cairns or the Gold Coast. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you for the next one.